All right. So this is pretty cool, although I'm a little bit confused about one of the issues here, or one of the games anyway. So there's this article over on Twisted Voxel. It says Capcom is updating several games for Windows Live games to bring them back. And the two games that, well, I mean, the two fighting games, I mean, I'm obviously very interested in the others, is both Ultra Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter Cross Tekken, including also non-fighting games Lost Planet 2, Resident Evil, Operation Raccoon City. Apparently, Capcom is now submitting new versions of several of the affected games and also uploading higher quality images for their game logos, library banners, and store artwork on Steam. Now, so this was posted this year, September 20, right? Now, if anyone doesn't really know, Games for Windows Live was Microsoft's first essentially online digital store. They had some games that were exclusively on the store, and what happened was that it tanked because they were trying to get PC players to pay to play online, just like Xbox. Didn't work, bro. Never works, right? Just cut that out. So the store tanked, and unfortunately, a lot of games were also locked to that store, like meaning that we couldn't get them anywhere else outside of like sailing the high seas. So what actually happened was, over the years, some of these games, like say Deadpool, started showing up on Steam. Other games, like say Ultra Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and other titles actually have had the rework done. I think Red Faction Gorilla might have been another one. That actually had games for Windows Live patched out and put in Steam's network to connect online to play against people. Now, what I'm curious about though, because it lists Ultra Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, you'll notice here that it's actually highlighting and it says Steam, right? Now, I'm confused because like if they were going to update it, then why haven't they done it already? Oh, sorry, why is it already done? Like this has been like this for at least for a little bit, right? And as you can see, like when you highlight anything that's connecting to playing online, it says, you know, connecting through Steam, not Games for Windows Live, right? So I'm curious. And if we go over to Street Fighter Cross Tekken, it actually states in the description, Games for Windows Live, right? So I don't know if this guy just got it wrong, or maybe they are updating the artwork and whatnot for Ultra Street Fighter 4 just for the store itself, but didn't realize that Ultra Street Fighter 4 had already had Steam implementation into it. But this game, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, actually has Games for Windows Live. Now check this out, by the way, this is my modded version, so I've actually got all the actual PlayStation exclusive characters that got modded onto the PC version. So you actually got this massive roster, like the full roster as it was intended. Now I am curious, right, about the reason why they're actually doing this, right, with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, okay? Like I just showed you, you know, Ultra Street Fighter 4 has it. By the way, that is still my favorite Street Fighter game out of 5 and 6. Ultra Street Fighter 4 to me is just perfect. It's like playing Alpha 3 Upper, you know, with all the characters. It sort of felt like, yep, this is just the perfect, you know, the perfect one for me, right? I should do a video on that because I really love Ultra. Anyway, so I'm curious because, like I said, it's you know, it's getting the treatment, but it's already got the treatment for Steam. Street Fighter Cross Tekken doesn't. I'd have to check Lost Planet 2 and Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I got those games as well. And it could simply be that this is just getting some sort of like logo library update. Now, Street Fighter Cross Tekken was actually delisted not delisted, being made unavailable to purchase on Steam because of Games for Windows Live. In fact, if you go over to the store page, it's got prices there, so I'm assuming you can repurchase it. But it says here that there's a message from Capcom. We are aware of an issue that some customers may be experiencing during game installation, which is related to Games for Windows Live. We are temporarily disabling the purchase option on Steam while we investigate the matter further. Now, you can purchase it, you know, so obviously maybe they fixed it and just didn't update the page to remove that warning. But ultimately, I'm curious because Tekken 8 is going really good, right? And I think one of the announcements for Tekken 8, I think it was, or something, or like, there was this guy that came on stage and just ranted about, like, and it was obviously a skit about Tekken cross Street Fighter. He was like, oh, what about us doing, because that was supposed to be the thing. It was supposed to be Street Fighter cross Tekken, so Tekken characters in a Street Fighter style universe. And then we were going to get Tekken cross Street Fighter, where we're going to have Street Fighter characters in with Tekken characters in a Tekken universe. Now, I am wondering, what is the possibility of them remastering this Street Fighter cross Tekken? That'd be insane, right? Capcom is killing it when it comes to the library. They're putting out all of these collections. They're getting people really excited about their older games. And some of these games, even though they still look pretty good today, is Ultra Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So what if not only do they remaster them, maybe re-release them? I don't know. Like, it's got me very curious about it because they are amazing fighting games. And like I said, Ultra Street Fighter 4 is definitely my favorite out of even 5 and 6. I just love it. I don't know, I just do. I just thought it was fantastic top to toe. So ultimately, as I just showed you, Ultra's got the Steam treatment. Street Fighter Cross Tekken hasn't yet, right? But if this is true, and if it is actually happening, right? Then this is good. This is really, really good, and I'm curious about what that means, like the future of these games, because I highly expect that Capcom is going to release probably an EX series, Street Fighter EX plus Alpha 1 and 2 and 3, as well as probably other fighting games that they can think of. And then I wouldn't be surprised if they did some sort of maybe a remaster of Ultra Street Fighter 4. Whew. Dude, could you imagine that? Holy shit. Or Street Fighter Cross Tekken, or even simply just re-release them, like get them, up and running, even though you can still buy them, but do something to get people inspired and excited to be able to play them again. So if you haven't bought them, and you are a big fan of Street Fighter, they're definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. Particularly on Steam, like I just showcased, my modded version of Street Fighter Cross Tekken has all the PlayStation characters in there, which is nice. Just nice to just round it out, because I remember when I got these games originally, I was playing on the PS3, even though I had a PC still. And so when I rebought them, I'm like, ooh, I kind of miss these characters I got used to, like Cole and whatnot. So then somebody just literally ripped the game files from the PlayStation 3 version and ported them in. It was crazy. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you excited? Again, this is great for PC. I will always rep PC for fighting games, in general anyway, because it's great to see the platform grow. And I'm just curious about Capcom's motives here. What have they got planned for these games? Because as you know, they are working through their fighting game library, bringing them out with collections. They must be looking down the road at certain other things, including even non-fighting games, like say, Resident Evil 5. Are we going to get a remaster of that? Or reimagining? If they're doing it to Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, that's a huge one, because that one you can't play online. Like, I've had so many problems trying to connect online because it's using games for Windows Live, right? And it's essentially a dead service. So, but anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time.